Dan and I have been working on this for a month, and there were a lot of surprises. And it is great to be back home in Dundalk and to pay tribute to a great champion of education and a talent that is the man that I know, Thomas Gary Pless. This is going to be a little serious for a few minutes, because when you talk about Tom, you have to talk about integrity and honesty. The revelation and impact of his career and his steadfast vision has been determined by the admiration, respect, and integrity by all those who have known him both personally and professionally for most of the last 42 and a half years. And I can say to you personally and sincerely that the last 41 and a half years of my life, that man has been there for me. I don't know how to thank somebody that's been everything to you in a career. Friend, mentor, teacher, sounding board, troubleshooter, the whole 9 yards. But I can personally tell you that his impact on my life and career is more than most of you in this room will have ever known. He built a legacy with WSPH, and I'm going to let him talk about that, but I want to thank the staff that came out, because I'm going to tell you something. That staff between June and September and December of 1982, I have worked with consummate professionals in my 20-year broadcast history up until 2000, but that staff is still the best today that I have ever had, and Tom and I both have ever had. And I am glad you came home tonight, because this is an occasion worth us coming together. Personally, through the good and bad times, Tom has been there for me. He's helped bury both of my parents. He was there. He stood by me. The staff in February of 1983 stood by me. And then when I had a chance after leaving WSPH to go to work for the 10th oldest radio station in the country and the 4th oldest in Baltimore, WCBM, in 1994, Tom Pless was there. And I can't tell you what it meant, because I had a job to do. I was a weekend producer, then I became senior weekend producer 2 years later in 96, and in 98 I had the privilege of working for the greatest general manager in Baltimore radio history, Harry Schreiber, who Tom and Andy and some of us in this room had worked for. And he made me promotions and public relations director, and I had a huge job doing the 75th anniversary of that station and writing the history. And because of Tom's work and backing of me, I was nominated in 1999 for an Achievement in Radio Award in Baltimore. He has been a steadfast friend, including some rough times when we were trying to get the school built, and I was the president of NACA, and that school was in my territory. It put our friendship at a real test, because I had to take and get information for the community, and Tom is my only source, because it was just the way it was. But through it all, 4 years ago, I gave him an award for his 38 and a half years of service. And I'm the only community leader in Dundalk that has ever given him an award. No other community in this greater Dundalk area has done so. The fact is, he's been more than a teacher, mentor, colleague, listening post, but a lifetime friend, of which I have always been and ever shall be his. And that you can take to the bank. His champion attitude over his battle with cancer in 2007. When I got a phone call one afternoon and Tom says, "I've got something to tell you." And let me tell you something, when Tom calls you and there's a low vocal tone, and he says, "I got something to tell you," you better look out, because it ain't good. I know him. But he came through it together, and we all helped him that are closest to him with that battle. I remember that Al Dabrowski, who is here tonight, he was a technical sergeant in the Air Guard. Al and I met with him at the Olive Garden in White Marsh just a few days before his surgery. And we were asking the same question. And I said, he's going to beat this with a champion attitude, and he's going to come back Damn did he do it, and he did. So Tom, there is so much I could thank you for, but I want to let people know tonight. In the late Whitney Houston song, One Moment in Time, there are these words. You're a winner for a lifetime if you seize that one moment in time. Make it shine. The revelation of Tom Pless's legacy has been his shining vision and determination, and all of us who have been both part of his career and his life inside and outside of Dundalk High School, of which I have been part of that wonderful honor and privilege to take part in. So when he walks out of the school for the last time in June, he will be not only one of the people that this community loses as one of its greatest citizen advocates, but he will be the last of one of the great educators that has ever served the people and the students of Dundalk High School for 42 and a half years in that building and in the old building. Tom, as always, in closing this, both the door at 9607 Davidson Road in Middle River, where I'm at, and the Deccan Cabin of Beacon of the Bay are always open to you. Anytime you want to visit. My wife Sally and myself will always be there for you, because you were there for us. Even on the day that I took her hand in marriage, beforehand, I came to you and said, Tom, what do you think of Sally? I remember. Sally and I wish you good health, lots of happiness, fair winds and good seas as you plot this soon-to-be-discovered retirement journey with a new course heading up. Second star on the right, and straight on until morning. God bless you, my friend, and take care. I now have to put on an official hat now. Many of you know that for the last, basically 2006 to 2013, when I left community service at the end of that year, I served as president of Norwood Hullabur Community Association. And we got the school built, a lot of other things in that area. And Todd and his family, and he's still here, has been part of it. Todd, I thought you had left, so I now, under protocol, need you to come up.
Well, that's good because I can't leave because I left my phone on the podium.
All right, well, he's given you the proclamation from the council. I now need to do something representing officially the county executive, because we didn't know he was going to be here tonight. Todd was not scheduled to be here. But I now need to ask Tom, I need to ask Tom Pless and Mary Pless to come up here, please. Tom asked me, John, how many people did you have to go through for this? And I said, the list was short but illustrious. We started this a month ago when I made a phone call to the county executive's office, and I talked to Don Muller. Now, just a brief history, many of you may not know who Don Muller is, but he's a former principal of Dundalk High School. And he rose up politically to be assistant principal, and he rose up politically, and he's now the county chief of staff. So, normally when I make a phone call to the county executive's office, I usually get what I want, and I got this one. So, Tom, the county executive, on behalf of Don Muller, who is chief of staff, and Brian Shepard, who is the special assistant to the area here, and to the county executive, has asked me to present this to you. And this is one of the highest honors that you can have in Baltimore County. It is a Baltimore County executive citation. To Thomas G. Pless, in grateful recognition of your 42 years of valuable and dedicated service with Baltimore County Public Schools. You deserve to be commended for your capable and competent decades of service, and I am pleased to honor you on selfless dedication to the many Baltimore County Public School students, faculty, and families that were impacted by you. Your guidance, assistance, and teaching has brought success to so many students in your charge. Baltimore County commends you officially for your efforts to provide direction and hope to the youth of our community, and we wish you the best in your well-deserved retirement and future endeavors. Given under my hand and by the great seal of Baltimore County this 28th day of April in the year of 2017, and it is signed Kevin Kamenetz, County